So how does it work? Inside the mouth, things are much more complex than inside ours. The tongue has a muscular tube surrounding a rod of cartilage. When the chameleon's ready to strike, muscles at the back of the throat push the tongue into launch position. Once the prey is lined up and the distance calculated, superfast muscles contract and propel the tongue forward at lightning speed. But the cleverest part is the tip. Covered in microscopic fingers, it closes like a sticky mitt, ripping the insect from its perch. As if on a rubber band, it recoils back into the mouth. Steel trap jaws and needle teeth finish the job. But even the most powerful missile is only as good as its guidance system. The chameleon judges range and distance best of any reptile. Its turret eyes move independently, missing nothing. But to focus on prey, it swivels its eyes together to line up its target precisely. The focus is super smart. It's a bullseye, 9 times out of 10. Chameleons may be slow, but they aren't passive. Here, 2 males size each other up. They threaten with hisses and gaping mouths. And if that doesn't break the standoff, they charge, rhinoceros style, and into battle. Jackson's chameleons are the only ones with specialized fighting gear. A horn on the snout and 2 above the eyes. Two evenly matched males may wrestle for hours until one is finally forced to retreat. The loser slinks off to regroup, while the winner triumphantly takes center stage. Body language is one of the reptile's specialities. They use accessories, postures, and color to communicate mood and emotion. But the panther chameleon of Madagascar takes visual aids into a whole different plane. This is the kaleidoscope of the reptile world. Its color vision is even better than ours. Color is how it shows its innermost feelings. An excited chameleon can switch from cool green to angry red in an instant. But how does it change its skin so fast and fluently? Beneath the skin is a double layer of simple pigment cells, which expand or contract, flushing from yellow through green to blue. Contracting both layers reveals the white cells below, turning the skin pale. And groups of branch cells give a red color, turning darker or lighter as black melanin granules move up and down. All this produces the most complex, dazzling color coding of any land animal. This is biotechnology at its smartest. Imagine if we could communicate in color, make our intentions known in a split second, use a different palette to express our every mood, and even disappear into the background when we felt like it. But all this only works if you can see. At night, visual aids are of limited use. It's easy for humans. We have words to tell each other what we want. But reptiles, like most animals, can't speak. Or so you might think. Meet the flying gecko. The gecko has a true functioning voice. It can bark, trill, warble, and yap. So in a simple sense, groups of geckos actually talk to each other. As spring approaches here in Bali, gecko calls get louder and more urgent. Inside this restaurant, geckos are courting. The ritual uses sound alone, and male-to-female conversation has a certain tone. But listen to the difference when a rival male intrudes on this suitor's domain. It's clearly unacceptable. Geckos back up their vocal threats with a visual display.
Hey, whoa, hey, buddy, whoa. Man, these are our breadsticks.
And if they're really pushed, the call goes up a gear. In gecko speak, this is extremely menacing. Finally, for the rival, it's a case of fight or flight. And this time, he decides the female isn't worth the fuss. By using their wide repertoire of sound, these geckos can talk their way out of trouble. But when it comes to sheer volume, it's the biggest reptiles of them all that have the biggest voices. Crocodilians, huge, fearsome, capable of man-eating up to a ton in weight and with jaws to match. But they have brains as well as brawn, including a sophisticated sound system to beat that of all other reptiles. At 100 decibels, the love song of an adult American alligator is the loudest of all reptile calls. A deep-pitched roar means a big, powerful male. And for all the other males in the vicinity, it's a call to arms they can't ignore. The males home in from far and wide to check the singer's status, and if necessary, put him in his place. As more and more males muscle in to settle status issues, mayhem rules. After all, there's a stretch of good breeding river at stake. Now the chorus starts. It's Alligator Style Fame Academy, where the winner gets the girls. But there's more to this concert than meets the ear. Below the waterline, the singing male is shivering his flanks, producing a pulse of low-pitched frequencies, which causes the water to literally dance on his back. This infrasound bassline isn't designed to be heard, but felt, like a pressure wave. It travels up and down the river, penetrating further than the airborne bellow and affecting every alligator for up to a mile in both directions. Everyone within the sound and pressure range receives these signals. Alligators' lips are lined with tiny mole-like pressure receptors, sensitive to vibrations in the water. To a male, this infrasound call means competition. To a female, it probably feels like a seductive tingling in her lips. To her, his infrasound solo is irresistible. Ancient alligators may be, but not primitive. Their sound system is the most complex in the reptile world. This is a real love song with real feeling. The female is inspired to make the first move, and the solo turns to a duet. Crocodiles speak a similar language to alligators, but it's one we don't yet understand. This can lead to problems. A chugging outboard motor gives out infrasound. To a male croc, this can feel like the lip tingles from a rival's bellows. A big bull is extremely territorial, and he won't tolerate another male on his patch. Certainly not one who roars out such a threat. So he sends back his own warning, telling the intruder to make a smart exit now. But he gets no response. The intruding boat, of course, doesn't behave like a crocodile. The motor tingles are driving the male croc mad. With the offender silenced, the male can relax and peace returns to the river. After catching prey and making sure you don't become it, the next challenge is to find your way around. Humans have learned to travel the globe using instruments and landmarks. But how do you navigate thousands of miles in an open, featureless ocean? Welcome to the secret high-tech world of turtles. This green turtle has just swum back to the island of her birth. This is the first time she has left the sea, and she's about to lay her very first batch of eggs. To get here, she's made an incredible journey. It started years ago on this very beach. So let's go back in time. Newly hatched, she digs towards the surface. Once in the fresh air, she heads